Hi YouTube.
Hey, two friends and family, it's your boy GB Reviews, and today we are doing a French onion risotto. I'm excited. I love risottos, actually. It's just, it takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of time, and that's always a challenge. But this one will be good. We're doing a sliced beef, French onion, steak risotto. I prepared the ingredients, which is normally the part that takes the longest. So remember, prepping your ingredients ahead of time before you do anything makes it easy. If you try to follow recipes and you end up prepping in the middle, you will get frustrated. Prep all your stuff, figure out what you have to prep first, prep it ahead of time. Anyway, with that, we're gonna go through all the ingredients that we have, and then we will talk about the steps to go through all the things, and then I will videotape stuff as I do it. So, what you have in front of you is you have onions. I've diced one, and I've done onion strips for one, but this is just one onion, by the way. This is just one onion. And then I have parsley that I minced. I had breadcrumbs that I crushed. So it's basically a croutons, and you crush them up, and now I have breadcrumbs. And it's just coarsely crushed. You have 2 packets of demi-glace. You have a stick of butter, but remember, we do substitutions. We're gonna use our European butter. You have 10 ounces of sliced beef, which we're using for the French onion. We have your Arborio Rice, which is what you use for your risotto, Parmesan cheese, and then Asiago cheese. And that's it. You're gonna need olive oil from your pantry. You're gonna need 2 pots to make your, well, actually you can use 1 pot, and you can use a tea kettle to boil your water to do your risotto. And you're gonna need a pan, a nonstick pan to cook it up in. Here's your card. We're doing a home chef meal, which is super easy, super nice. So remember, step 1, prep all your stuff. You don't have to do anything in the oven, which is great. Step 2, we're gonna start our risotto, which I have already boiled water, so that makes it easy. But we're gonna do, in a medium pot, over medium-high heat, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. We're gonna put our rice in that hot pot, right? You're gonna stir that rice around because we wanna toast this rice. That is some of the things, the secrets. If you don't really cook a lot, you don't understand. There's secrets to cooking, and toasting the rice is the secret to risotto. After about 1 or 2 minutes of toasting the rice till you get it to like a nice opaque color, then you're gonna add 1 cup of boiling water, which this is why I'm using my tea kettle. In the instructions, it tells you to boil 2 pots of water. That's kind of silly. And then we're gonna finish off the risotto. So we're gonna add another half cup of boiling water. We're gonna stir it. So you're gonna keep stirring it. This part is the part that takes a long time. It takes 18 to 20 minutes. So just remember, just factor that into your day, that it's gonna take you that amount of time. And you wanna taste the risotto to make sure it's tender when you're cooking it. It says when the rice has no more crunch to it or no bite to it, that's when it's ready to go. And then you wanna remove from the burner, stir in your Parmesan cheese. I always keep Parmesan cheese in the refrigerator. And add about a fourth of a tablespoon or a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and set aside. Then we're gonna cook our onions. So we're gonna caramelize our onions in a pan first. We're gonna caramelize these onions and these onions together over medium-high heat with 1 teaspoon of olive oil. We're gonna use a pinch of salt in the hot pan because we're trying to season it. And we're gonna soften them for 6 to 8 minutes until they're brown. You wanna make sure that your onions don't brown too quickly. So you wanna use medium heat, not medium-high heat, medium heat. And it said if the onions brown too quickly, you can add a tablespoon of water to the hot pan. That'll cool it down, and that'll allow the water to stop your onions from burning. And then you wanna transfer those onions to a plate. In the same pan that you just cooked your onions in, you wanna finish the steak strips. Once we do all of that, we'll plate it, we'll taste it, and we'll end this video. Anyway, let's transition to the stove. We'll start our rice. All right, let's go. So YouTube friends, we made it to the end. We got our French onion risotto, put some breadcrumbs on it, some Asiago cheese and some parsley. And now we're just gonna taste it. It was pretty simple to make. It just, the steps take about 20 minutes for the risotto. And then you have to like actively manage that. And then the different parts of cooking the onions and things like that, you just kind of have to watch it. So it's, I would say, they say it's intermediate difficulty. I would say it's not difficult, it's intermediate because you have to pay attention. And so easy means you don't have to do anything. You actually have to pay attention because you don't want to burn your onions. You want to get just a slight caramelization. So I think it turned out okay. I haven't tasted it. The risotto turned out all right, not quite like I would like it, but hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think it tastes okay, but it's just not the consistency that I like. This is more so like sticky rice, and it could just be the type of rice, the way I prepared it or something, or just not doing it in a flatter pan. But anyway, let's get at tasting it. Let's see what the rice and everything tastes like when it's all together, and I will give my feedback on this meal. But you know, I wanted to try this. It seemed like it would be good, so we'll see. And remember, you mixed in the Parmesan cheese, so you should get the Parmesan cheese in the risotto, and you should get the Asiago cheese, which you put on top. So we're gonna taste the meat by itself first, just to see what that taste came out like. Definitely a nice French onion taste. You can taste the wine from the demi-glace. But I like the fact that I did the onions separately, as they said to do in the recipe. Came out well. So now we're gonna just do onions and risotto. We'll see if we can taste all of the different flavors. That's good. Remember I said that I didn't like the consistency, at least the way it looked. The actual way it combines with the meal is actually right. It tastes great, and I think that the Parmesan cheese also acted as a binding agent, and so it was binding the rice together, so that's what made it seem more sticky. And so I'm actually quite pleased with the end result. I like this meal. I would definitely recommend this meal. It's good that we're going into the winter months. This is a good hearty meal for winter. French onion soup is always a good winter thing. And this kind of new take on it with the risotto, I think it's perfect. With that, we're gonna close this out. Please hit the like button for the algorithm. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Thank you for rocking with me. Also leave in the comments if you tried this before. I think it's good. It's fairly simple to make, and I think you'll like it, and I think your family will like it. But anyway, thanks for rocking with me. It's your boy GB Reviews. Please subscribe and like below. And we're out.
Subscribe right below.